Hi you guys, C here. Thank you so much for clicking to join me in today's video. It's time to batch cut my last projects for the year. Now, over the course of this year, I have dropped 2 batch cutting videos, and that is where so many of you have found my channel and have hung out with me since. In the first video earlier this year, I had my Sojo back up and running, and I believe I batch cut about 9 pieces to get me through the rest of winter and into summer. I did end up making all of those pieces, and I have shared them with you here as well as on my Instagram and my TikTok. And then late spring, early summer, many more of you tuned in to my batch cutting video to get me through the summer. In that video, I cut 12 projects. Unlike my first batch cutting video, I did not finish all of those pieces. I've made and shared all of those pieces except 3. The first of which is a pair of jeans, and that is because I am teetering between a size 14 and a 16. Based on my body measurements, I need to be cutting a 16, but every time I go by those body measurements, it fails me, and so I didn't want to waste my denim. I can still make the jeans, but I really do want to wear them. Now, we're going to tackle those jeans again today, so they're going to pop back up where I'm finally going to go ahead and cut the fabric and just toss the coin and see how it goes. The second project is a faux leather canary yellow pencil skirt. And while I'm still excited to work on that project, I lost my steam because it does require a fly front zipper. I don't know how to make one of those, and I just haven't had the gumption or the energy to learn how to make it and take a risk. I also spent a pretty penny on that leather, that faux leather, and I don't want to waste it. So I'll tackle it next year, and as a matter of fact, I'll go ahead and add a fly front zipper to my Make 9 challenge for 2025. Now, the last piece is a coordinate set. It's a new look coordinate set, and I purchased a light blue chambray from Hobby Lobby. I'm still excited about that piece as well. Unfortunately, the change of the season happened a little sooner than I could get to it. I also took part in a lot of challenges this summer, which took my focus. And so I will save that one for spring as well. I don't want to make it now because I'd rather make pieces that I can wear right now. So in today's video, I'm going to start batch cutting some pieces for fall. Now, I've already lost a month of fall, so I just have 2 more months. So I might as well just say these are pieces that I'm going to work on between now and the end of the year. I've shared many of these patterns and fabrics with you in the last couple videos. I mentioned my fall sewing plans. I think I had a pattern haul. I'll share those videos on the screen, and I'll link them down below, as well as add them to the end screen so you guys can go check those out if you missed them. This batch cutting video is going to be a bit different because this is going to be the first time I'm going to be using my electric fabric cutter for bulk cutting or mass cutting. I've been using it for a few projects every once in a while, and I love this. I have filmed a dedicated video to this fabric cutter in particular. When you finish this video, if you are interested, definitely make sure you check this out because I highly recommend it. Because I'm using this tool, I'm hoping that I'll be able to batch cut much faster than I typically do, and I won't have the wrist agitation that I typically have when I batch cut. Now, I've said it over and over again, I hate this part of sewing, okay? I hate cutting the pattern pieces. I hate cutting the fabric pieces. It takes too long. It's not fun. And that's why I batch cut, to get all of that icky stuff out of the way. So once I wrap up a sewing task, I can go ahead and pull a new project out of my bin and get started. With all that being said, I'm going to go ahead and start pulling out these fabrics and patterns that I've already paired, and then start itemizing and delegating which ones I want to go ahead and start cutting for this season of batch cutting, okay? It's super late tonight, so I had actually intended on spending all day in the shed working on this task. I ended up just meandering around, and that's something I'm not used to doing. So because of which, it is super late. It's almost 10 p.m. But for some reason, I always get my second steam at night, and we're going to see how far I can go. Maybe I can tackle at least half the projects, but I don't know what I want to tackle just yet. So let me go ahead and do that, and I'll touch base with you in just a few minutes. is Roundup. This is 10 projects. It includes 1, 2, 3, 4 tops, 1 cardigan, 1 coordinate, 1 apron, and 2 pairs of pants. Let's get started with the jeans. These are the jeans that were in the last batch cutting video. This is Simplicity 8655. I've made view A previously this year. And so I'm going to be making view C. That is the jeans with the wider leg. I have a light gray denim. This is a 7-ounce denim that was purchased from Joann. Then after that, I'm going to be working on Simplicity 9906. This is an apron pattern. I'm going to be making view 2. It is a vintage 60s pattern. Pretty excited about that. I want to have an apron for the holiday season. I don't want it holiday themed, but I just want to be cute because I plan on having family over this year. Then after that, I want to tackle this coordinate. This is Simplicity 3010. This is a newer pattern. It was just released this fall. Yes. I'm going to be making all 3 views in this beautiful green knit purchased from Joann. Oh, let me backtrack. This is a 100% cotton purchase from Hobby Lobby. Afterwards, I want to go ahead and work on this cardigan because this will be a staple piece in my fall and winter wardrobe. This is Simplicity 9373. I will be making either view D or view B. I can't decide. But I like all the views, so I'm still contemplating on whether or not I'm going to trace this pattern. But for now, it'll be view B or view D. Afterwards, I want to work on Simplicity 3003. I plan on making view, do I want the turtleneck? I kind of do. Okay, I will be working on view B with the fluttery sleeves and the turtleneck. This pattern came out this fall as well. And I'm going to be, oh, backtrack again, dang it. This is a pink sweater knit from Joann. And this is a floral knit from Joann. Purchased on clearance. Out of the entire lineup, this is the only one that is going to require a lot more brain power, a lot more energy. I'm going to be working on the vest. That is view A. This is Vogue 2036. I'm really excited to work with this. I'm going to be using a brown and silver or a taupe and silver micro dot. I don't know what this is. It's not a micro dot. I don't know what it is, but I purchased it on clearance from Joann, and I can't wait to use it. I've been holding on to it for such a long time. I'm going to make the vest first. I'll hold off on the pants for a little bit. And then after that, I'm going to move back into some easier sews. So this is McCall's 8003. I'm going to be working on view A. And that is because I do not want a bodysuit. I'm starting to lose interest in bodysuits. There's just so much more work when I have to use the bathroom. For this pattern, I'm going to be using a floral fabric that I purchased from Joann. All of these fabrics were purchased on clearance. Every single one of them are a clearance fabric from Joann, with the exception of the cotton from Hobby Lobby, which was purchased at 40% off, and the denim, which was purchased 40% off at Joann. Next is going to be New Look 6752, and I'm going to be making view A. I'm going to be using another floral. This is a rib knit from Joann. Then I'll be tackling Simplicity 8880. I will be making view A or view D. I should probably make up my mind, figure out which one I want to make. But I will be using this shimmery, this is a woven, this is a rayon challis. It is off-white with birds on it. It has a beautiful shimmer to it. It's got touches of black and brown. I'll be making this top to match with these brown pants. And so I'm excited about that. So in that regard, I'm probably going to go with view A. And then for Simplicity 8389, I'm going to be making view A or view B or view D. Let's see. I want something more streamlined, more fitted on the bottoms when I go with the flowy top. So if I go with view D, then view D for the pants would look better. If I go with view A, it would still look better with view D. And the model is wearing view D. Oh, but no, I'm going to go with view A or view B. And the difference between the two is what? Oh, view A has tassels. Okay, so view B it is. View B for that, and then I'm going to go with probably view B in that regard then. Oh, but do I really want to? I kind of don't. Okay, I'll get to that when I get to that. Now, tonight, because I have 10 projects and it is already 10 p.m., I'm going to strive to cut at least 5 of these projects tonight. I'll shoot for 5. After I get 5 of these projects down, then I'll reassess and see if I need to go to bed or if I have a little more steam to keep going. That's the goal. So I'm going to go ahead and put you on the tripod and we're going to get started. I have my paper scissors. I have my electric scissors. And I'll go ahead and grab a pair of my fabric shears just to go ahead and cut my notches. My floor has already been vacuumed, so I don't have to worry about that. And I haven't been wearing any shoes onto my rug, so we're good with that. I'm gonna go ahead and put these containers that I house my fabric. This one has batch cutted pieces, so this one has the pieces that we mentioned earlier. Oh, I have a bodysuit. I forgot about the bodysuit that I didn't get around to. That is definitely spring summer vibes, so I ran out of time for that one too. But there is the light blue chambray, the coordinate set that I have plans on doing, and then the faux leather skirt in this beautiful canary yellow. So those 3 batch cutted pieces, everything that I batch cut is going to go in this container. So the way that I'm going to lay them in this bucket is it's going to be these last projects are going to be on the bottom and work their way up to these projects up top. These projects will be at the top of the bin and I'll just work my way down, if that makes sense. And then these are other fabric and pattern pairings. This fabric that has already been pre-washed, and I've already gone ahead and put aside the patterns that I want to work with them, and I will work on these later. These will more so be next year projects. Unlike my previous batch cutting video, I have pre-washed all of these fabrics. So, don't come for me. They're all pre-washed. Okay. The moment has arrived. So I'm going to go ahead and put you on tripod and I'm going to get to work. I'll check in a few. Okay, let's check in for a bit. So I first got started with this jean pattern, 8655. I guess when I originally was going to do this pattern, I was going to do view B, the skinny leg version. And so that requires 1.5 yards of fabric. I cut out the pattern pieces for view C, and that's the pattern that I want to do, view C. And that needs 1 7/8 yards of fabric. And guess what? Like, I don't have enough fabric. So I'm going to go ahead and use that fabric for something else. I do have to go to Joann's tomorrow because I need some thread. It is Saturday night, so Hobby Lobby is closed. I don't like the thread at Hobby Lobby. I don't like it. It's just not good quality enough. So I'm going to Joann to look for thread to work on my costume, my Barbie costume for Halloween. And while I'm there, I'll just grab some denim for that pattern. There's no point in getting the additional that I need because these pattern pieces need to be cut out of one long piece, and I don't want to buy another 2 yards of that fabric and then have two batches of the same denim. I don't want to do that. So I'll just look for some other denim. I then went ahead and worked on the apron pattern. The pattern pieces and the fabric pieces were cut for this. However, this is misleading as heck. This says 2 main pattern pieces. Easy cut, easy sew. It is 7 freaking pieces. 7 pieces. This pattern has a facing for the armholes and a neck facing. It has a front neck facing and a back neck facing. Armhole facing, pocket tie, 2 main pattern pieces, my butt. That took longer than I wanted to cut. So, I'm losing steam. I knew that I would. But we're going to keep going. So next, I want to go ahead and tackle this coordinate set and then this cardigan, and we'll check in just a bit. So back on the tripod you go. Check-in. So I moved on to Simplicity 3010. All 3 views in the same fabric. Guess what? I ran out of fabric. I ran out of fabric with literally one of the most important pieces, and that is the sleeve for the cardigan. That's how much fabric I got left. And that. Not enough. I went back to the store twice. I originally bought some fabric, and then I decided I wanted to do the tank. Went back to the store and bought some more. Maybe my math wasn't mathing. I don't know. I also didn't pay attention to the instructions on how to lay out the pattern pieces. So that might have done it too. I bought this fabric almost 2 months ago. And it's on clearance. So I'm almost certain it is all gone. I will, when I go to Joann tomorrow, I will look just to see if I'm lucky and I can find it. If not, then I will look for green sweater knit fabric that will coordinate with this. So it'll look like how Mimi G is dressed here. It'll just be a different color or a different fabric for the cardigan. And because I've already cut out the pattern pieces for the cardigan, I'm just going to completely make it as a vest. And I think I can still wear it with maybe a collared top underneath and some jeans, some boots. I should be good to go. It won't go completely to waste. That's the plan for that. So we'll still make up for it. However, I am 1 for 2 right now, okay? I have 1 win, and that's that freaking apron. And I've got a loss for the jeans and somewhat of a loss for the coordinate set. So it is almost 12:30, which means I've been going at this for about 2.5 hours. I'm going to go ahead and cut this cardigan. This is Simplicity 9373. I'm going to go with view, I don't know. Was it D? I think it's D. And D has fewer pattern pieces. I think it only has 4 pieces. So I'm going to go with that. And then maybe I can hit up this shirt as well. I think this shirt should only be 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 4 or 5 pieces. But let's just do the cardigan and I'll check in with you in a bit. I need some wins. I need some successes to get me excited because I'm losing it right now. But see you in a bit. snack, and I'm good for at least one more project. I went ahead and cut the cardigan. This is Simplicity 9373. I had plenty of fabric. I cut out View D. That's going to look great. And next, I'm going to tackle Simplicity 3003. There's my fabric. I am quite certain I am not going to tackle this one tonight. If I still have some steam, then I'll go ahead and tackle this one next. But we got 4 down. That's number 5. This will meet my goal for tonight. So I'm gonna hop to it. I'll keep you guys posted. Let's check in. It is 2:30 a.m. I cut 6 pieces total. So after I finished up this top, then I went ahead and I worked on this top. I skipped this vest. So tomorrow morning, I'm going to pick back up. I'm going to start with this vest and work my way down to the last 2 tops and the only pair of pants that I've pulled out. So overall, it's been a pretty good night. I'm still a tad bit bummed about the coordinate set, the cardigan, skirt, and crop top. I'm a little bummed about that. And then I feel like these jeans are a setback as well. But it's okay. We'll rebound. Go to the fabric store tomorrow. I'll keep you guys posted on that. And I'll see you tomorrow. Good night.
Day 2.
Welcome back. It's been a couple of days. Let me share with you some updates since the last we spoke. So yesterday I went to Joann. I did pick up the thread that I needed to start working on my Barbie costume. So if you're interested in that, interested in how that pans out, the patterns that I'm using, my thought process, trial and error, definitely make sure that you come back next week. So if you haven't already, make sure that you are subscribed and join the fam. I would love to have you. So I purchased that. I also picked up 1 yard of the olive green sweater knit that I purchased a couple months back. I am really, really excited that I was able to still find this fabric. So I originally purchased it on clearance at the Joann in Winston. I decided to go to Greensboro yesterday because I was running other errands and all my errands were in Greensboro. So I just so happened to stumble in there. I didn't see it. And then I just decided to browse another section of the store that I never go to. It had additional clearance. Never even knew that they stored clearance along that wall. And I found it. So I purchased a yard of that to finish off those sleeves, to cut those sleeves out. And then, of course, in my usual fashion, I shopped the clearance. Now, I was just browsing, but I did stumble across a mesh fabric. I have been eyeballing this fabric all summer long, and it was on clearance, 60% off. So I purchased 2 yards of this, and I do have the pattern in mind that I want to use with that, and I'll share that in just a bit. So of course, this has now been added to my bulk cutting projects. And now that it has been a couple of days since we last spoke, it's been a couple of days since I was playing around with these fabrics, I have decided to take some out and add some, shuffle things around. I have come to the conclusion that I will not sew all of these by the end of the year, but that's okay. So let me go ahead and show you what I got, what I'm working on. And it is a work night. It's a Monday night. So I can't cut out all the patterns left, but I am going to work on it just a little bit, see how much progress I make before I definitely have to go into the house and get ready for work in the morning. So come on. All right, so I've even gone so far as to change up the order of things. Now, if you remember that vest, that coordinate set, I did pull the vest out. I will work on that next year. And then I also moved the apron down. I want to start working on some more wearable pieces I can wear to work. So I shuffled that apron down, and I did look for denim, and I decided, why am I going to buy more denim when I'm doing trial and error with this pattern, with this size? So I was trying to do the wide leg. I'm going to see if I can do the skinny leg version and if that will fit in that fabric instead. And if so, that will be perfect. And that way I won't have to invest any more money into this project. I can see how things go. If it doesn't work, I won't be too upset because it's not really the style of pant that I wanted to do anyway. I can also get a feel of the fit. So that's the plan with that. I'll go ahead and try to cut those pieces tonight. Then I picked up this fabric. It's still damp. I might put it on a low cycle in the dryer or just go ahead and cut it tonight. I don't know how I feel about that. But that is to cut out 2 sleeves for that pattern. I have made McCall's 8001 earlier this year. I love it. And the blouse that I made, I wear it all the time. I'm so confident in it. It's beautiful. So I plan on using this fabric for this top. I'm looking at view A. I already made the flounce. I made view C the last time. I don't need the flounce. So view A it is. I'm excited to do the buttons, and I'll be wearing a plain white tank up under. So that's that. We've got the cardigan. We've got these 2 tops that I've already cut. I think I'm going to pass on this. The only reason I was going to go ahead and cut it anyway is because this fabric is definitely fall vibes because of that rust orange. But I've already got a lot going on, and I'm just not as I still want to make it, but when it comes to everything else, I want to tackle everything else first. So I'm going to hold off on this. I'm going to do these 2 because this is an outfit. And then a bag is on my Make 9. So I went ahead and pulled out this scrap fabric, same fabric that I use with the apron. I'm going to go ahead and use that with this pattern, Simplicity 9908. It's an easy to sew, and this will be my first bag. So I'll go ahead and cut those pieces. So that is the roundup. Now for tonight, I'm going to go ahead and cut the jeans, cut the bumblebee mesh, and then I'll probably cut my pants. If I can do those 3 tonight, that'd be great. And then tomorrow night, I'll come back out here and tackle the shimmery top with the birds and the bag. Yeah. And maybe the leotard. I'll give this another thought. But that's it so far. I am going to let these sleeves. Oh, I forgot about this. I kind of want to cut this out too, just to get it over with. But I don't like the fact that it's still damp. And I already have a load in the dryer. So, decisions. Okay, we'll figure it out. I'll get to the jeans first and see if the skinny leg will fit in that fabric. Put you on the tripod. We'll touch base in just a bit. Checking in, it's been an hour and I've made great progress. So I was able to successfully cut view B of Simplicity 8655. I was able to get all the pattern pieces cut out of the denim that I originally purchased earlier in the year, which leads me to believe that view B was probably the view that I wanted to do all along. So that's great. All right, then moving down to Simplicity 3010, the cardigan. I was able to get that sleeve out. That fabric is still damp, but hey, took a risk. Then I was able to go ahead and cut the fabric for view 8001. Now, what I did forget is that this has a front and a back band that folds up inside the garment. I don't want this fabric like that because this is how it would look. You see that? Like you have some bumblebees that are backwards. I didn't like that. So when I cut out the fabric, I just extended the length. So I added the top half of the bands to the length of the top and the back, if that makes sense. But hopefully that works out. And so now I'm going to work my way down here since we have cut all of those pieces. Feeling really, really great now. No losses. So now we're going to head our way down here. I have 3 patterns left. It is 9 p.m. I don't want to tackle all of them. I'm starting to lose my steam. So I'm going to go ahead and tackle these pants. Then I'll reassess how I'm feeling. And if I'm still feeling good, then I'll tackle the bag. And that means we'll come back to these 2 tops. Still thinking about this one. This one just might have to be a next fall type of thing. I don't know. But I'm going to go ahead and grab these pants. And I will see you guys in just a bit. Time for a check-in. I am super excited. So I went ahead and cut my pants. Now I was going to use Simplicity 8389 as my pant pattern. I unfolded my fabric, my brown chiffon fabric. I did not have enough fabric to make that pattern. So instead, I went back to my stash and I pulled out Simplicity 8057. Now, I've made these pants twice already. Both times I made view C, but I made them in 2 different sizes. So the first size was a 14, graded down a bit, and the second size was a 10. And so I most recently made view C in the size 10 to go to the concert. I did film a video and share that experience that I make with you, but I pulled it out again because it had the right amount of yardage for fabric that I needed. So this time around, I cut view F and I had plenty of fabric. And then I went ahead and started working on the matching top in the shimmery bird fabric. And this is Simplicity 8880. This is my first time working with this pattern, and I cut view D. But then I got so excited that I had lining fabric. I was able to use the additional brown scrap that I had to make the lining. And now I see I didn't even need the lining because I was complaining. I was like, this simple little top, why do I need a lining for it? Oh, okay. But it's all right. It's all right. It was just a few pieces. And I still might use the lining anyway. Now, I'm going to scrap this. We'll save this for another time because as I was cutting, I realized in my batch cut pieces that I already have another bodysuit. This is a bodysuit I didn't get around to when I was batch cutting this summer. It is yellow. It's floral. I haven't cut that one, so I'm not going to add another one that I'm already questioning. So we'll hold off on that one. And so that leaves one piece left, and that is my bag pattern. And this is also part of my Make 9 challenge. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this one and call it a night.
A few moments later.
As I was cleaning up the scrap from the top pattern that I just cut, I decided to pull out a cami pattern that I really like. I worked on it twice this year, one for Pattern Hackathon, and then the second time I used some scrap fabric that I had. So I went ahead and took that beautiful bird fabric and that cami, and I had perfect amount to go ahead and use that scrap as well as to make another one of those camis. I really love it. And that will be 2 tops that I can wear with my pants. So that is awesome. That's going to be a quick cutout, and then I'll get to the bag pattern. It's 10:30. I'm excited. I'm feeling it. Let's go ahead and wrap this up. That is it for today's video. I have officially batch cut projects to get me through the rest of 2024, headed into 2025, because I know I'm not going to be able to tackle all these, but I am so excited about every single one of these projects. My focus this time around was to make more wearable pieces that I can make this season, pieces that I can wear to work, since that is where I spend most of my time, and I'm super thrilled with everything. I am really charged, really energized to start working on all the projects. I think the only project that I'm probably not the most excited about anymore is the apron. But it's okay. It'll still get done. But I am so eager to clean up and get everything ready so I can jump into these projects. Now, if you aren't already, definitely make sure that you are subscribed and you come back so you can see how all these makes go, and update on my Make 9 challenge, because I do want to finish that strong, and so much more. I have so much going on. I am definitely in my sewing era, and it's about time that we start revisiting all of the makes that I've made this year. So make sure you stay tuned for that. I'm going to go ahead and clean this up. It is 11 p.m. and that's still not bad for a work night. I wouldn't be asleep by now anyway. So I'm going to go ahead and clean this up, pack everything away. And if you enjoy this content, definitely give me a thumbs up to let me know that you like it. As always, I love you for watching. I'll catch you in the next one.